Kendall Jenner facing backlash, some accusing the supermodel of cultural appropriation after her announcement that she is launching her own tequila brand.
Kendall Jenner is responding to fans who expressed intense feelings of body insecurity after she shared behind-the-scenes footage from a Skims lingerie shoot.
Kendall Jenner might have just lost all of her model friends as she is getting major hate for some super shady comments she made during a recent interview.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Exposing SMG. Today, we are going to be talking about none other than Kendall Jenner. Kendall Jenner is just one of those people we can never truly like because whenever we do like them, they give us multiple reasons not to. Kendall is just so tone deaf that it's actually kind of infuriating, and when Kendall isn't being tone deaf, she's just being plain rude. In this video, we are going to be listing the top 5 things that we find annoying about Kendall Jenner. And make sure to leave your comments down below on other things you find annoying about the whole Kardashian/Jenner clan, and we can include them in a part 2 series. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Without further ado, here are the 5 annoying things about Kendall Jenner we couldn't help but mention. Number 1. Her entire modeling career was handed to her because of her family name, yet she actually thinks she has to work harder than those who don't have a famous last name. That point was long, but quite fitting. Kendall is one of those privileged people that whine about how much harder they work in comparison to everyone else, when in reality, they don't have to work that hard. With having a famous last name, Kendall's modeling career was literally given to her on a silver platter when she was just 13 years old. She was caught on candid camera during an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where she was telling her mom she doesn't even want to be a model. Kendall's last name and famous family bought her a comfortable modeling career where she didn't have to work as hard to make it where she is now. She is the highest paid model and puts in the bare minimum. Of course, people are bound to find that annoying. She picks and chooses which jobs to take while there are other models out there starting from scratch, begging to book anything at all. They are not being looked at twice because Kendall Jenner is holding up their spot. And maybe if Kendall actually put in the work and realized her privilege instead of prancing around and saying she gets it harder than others, we would call her a real model. We might even say she deserved it. Everyone knows the saddest part of the entertainment industry is the modeling aspect. Models who don't come from famous families are put in the toughest and worst working conditions just to solidify themselves as beginner models. To show you just how much Kendall values modeling, she once said in an interview with Love magazine, "Since the beginning, we've been super selective about what shows I would do. I was never one of those girls who would do like 30 shows a season or whatever the fuck those girls do. More power to them." Is she a moron? I'm sorry, but why did you think that was a good thing to publicly say? Not only does it show that she can pick and choose which runways to do and it still won't impact her career, it literally shows that she's doing less than the bare minimum of a so-called supermodel. Then, after saying all of that, she bragged about having, and I quote, "a million other jobs, not only catwalks, but everything else." Wow, Kendall, I'm sure a model begging to be seen in the industry would have loved to have all those job opportunities, but what do they know? You're the one working harder than the rest of them because you were cursed with a famous family name that gave you everything at 13. Not only is she tone deaf, but she is pretty insensitive, seeing as those comments made fellow models who had to actually work their way up pretty upset. Number 2. Kendall's marketing campaigns have tried to glamorize and make profit off of other people's struggles. We are sure Kendall and her marketing team don't mean to glamorize people's struggles, but we just can't help it, since Kendall's marketing team has yet to learn how to market Kendall's products and endorsements in something other than the aesthetic of injustice. We all remember the disastrous Pepsi commercial that portrays Kendall modeling when a group of protesters walk by and catch her attention. Taking off her glamorous clothes and makeup to show that she's just an average girl, she joins the crowd as they're marching in front of police officers. Pepsi's campaign team gets the brilliant idea to have Kendall walk up to a police officer, hand him a Pepsi bottle, and everyone smiles and cheers as Kendall fixes a 400-year problem with a can of soda. The entire ad is so bad, it's actually almost funny. It just shows how out of touch with reality most celebrities really are. With the way everyone reacted to this commercial, you would think Kendall and her team would be more aware of insensitive ads, but that was just not the case. Fast forward to about 4 years later, and Kendall is just as tone deaf as before with her new 818 tequila brand ad. Kendall is hopping on what seems to be the Hispanic aesthetic as she's lunging a horse through a farm in Mexico, wearing her hair in braids, and dressing in what seems to be Hispanic farm attire. It's insensitive and annoying because it shows that Kendall can just wake up, play costume dress up, and pose next to hardworking farmers. And even though the commercial aims to show the beautiful culture, it just emphasizes the issue of white Americans capitalizing on culture that isn't even theirs, while not even caring about the political issues that these people face every day. I have yet to see Kendall Jenner defend the Hispanic struggle in America, but here she is profiting off of their culture and stereotypical aesthetic. It's giving me privileged girl who doesn't have to worry or learn about other people's struggles because it doesn't affect her, while at the same time making profit off of their culture. Oh wait, that's exactly what it is. Number 3. Being rude in numerous occasions. Kendall reminds me of those girls that think they are so cool for being nerdy and edgy, when in reality she's just being a brat. In 2014, Kendall faced a scandal with her pal Hailey Baldwin when they attempted to dine and dash at a restaurant. Keyword, attempted. The story goes that while Kendall and Hailey were ditching the place, a waitress ran after them, and Kendall then threw money in her face while laughing with Hailey. Now, is this story true? Maybe, and maybe not. But I don't put it past teen celebrities to do reckless and mean things to feel a thrill, or to try and act cool in front of each other. Also, the Jenners have a bad reputation for not including the tip when paying for their meal, and if they are including it, they're putting a very little amount. Kendall has also been really rude to family members and overall just having a bad attitude most of the time.
Very mad at you about something. So I don't know how everyone knows, and now it's a huge story, and I'm actually pissed at you. That's so annoying. You're gonna take the biggest night of my life and take it away from me? Thank you. You can come to the after party. You can't come.
I'm excited for, like, regular fashion week.
You're going to Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Why? Why are you following me everywhere? That's like my time to, like, get away from home. I'm dead serious.
Are you okay?
Mom, do you understand? That's so weird to me.
Not only is Kendall rude to family members, it was reported that she isn't all that pleasant with people who aren't her friends. One YouTuber named Annie Mishler said that Kendall wasn't very friendly when the two hung out a few years ago. Annie said that Kendall was just sitting there on the bed, not saying a word, and whenever someone asked her a question, she was just so negative and rude about it. This also isn't the first time a person has come out to say they had a bad experience with Kendall. Scottish singer Talia Storm revealed that back in 2016, Kendall once tried to get her kicked out of a pool party. According to Talia, Kendall got upset when she went up to chat with Hailey Baldwin in the VIP section and had asked the bouncer to get Talia escorted, but he refused. To add on to all of this, Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's boyfriend, told Kendall that she has been, and I quote, a rude person for years. He said, "You've been a rude person for years, you're an asshole when you feel like it, you get riled up for no reason, I'm about to tell you the truth about how you are, you don't apologize for anything." And if you were wondering why Corey randomly went off, it's because Kendall kept grouping him and Kylie as one team against her for an entire night, and then constantly demanded an apology from him when he claims he wasn't involved in their fight. The list goes on, as Kendall is now currently being called the rudest member of the Kardashian family. When a former hostess claims that Kendall refused to speak directly to restaurant staff. Julia, a TikTok star, made a TikTok rating all of the celebrities she's met while being a hostess at a popular restaurant in Manhattan. Julia said she used to come in all the time and was cold towards staff. She also usually has someone speak for her and doesn't speak directly to staff. I mean, with Kendall doing this face and pose all the time, it's not hard to believe that she can bring a rude atmosphere with her. Number 4. Her negative personality. Kendall's negative attitude and her rudeness go hand in hand. Kendall has always been looked at as the chill one in the family, the one who doesn't care enough about the glam and fame in comparison to her sisters. So whenever someone is doing something that is the opposite of what she would do, she almost looks as if she is talking down to them or thinking, this is the dumbest thing to be upset about. And if she's not quietly judging or being in a bad mood, she's throwing tantrums.
You could have just told us the truth. You know, enjoy your flowers.
She just has this bluntness to her that she thinks is cool, but she's really coming off as privileged, negative, and rude. A former LAX employee went on to rank Kendall a 2 out of 10 when it came to her being negative and arrogant. The former employee said every time she flew out, she was not really friendly to anybody and just walked around really arrogantly. Kendall is one of those people who is only in a good mood to you if you are her close friend or if you're a famous peer. She has this "I'm constantly over it" personality, and if you come up to her to ask her a question or ask for a photo, it's possible that she will be ticked off and she'll flip out. Along with Kendall's annoying personality, she also thinks that constantly flipping off the paparazzi in public is cool and innovative, when in reality she just looks immature and annoying. Number 5. Being perceived as the natural one and yet helping set unrealistic body standards. Just like the rest of the Kardashian/Jenner clan, Photoshop is one tool that isn't too foreign for Kendall Jenner. A little while back, Kendall posted a video of her posing, and if you look closely, you can see one side of her body glitching as she's moving. People were infuriated with this because it was promoting this idea of a perfect body type, where not one thing is out of place or popping out. People believe that if Kendall was photoshopping her body, it would cause more of an unrealistic beauty standard to young girls watching that. A more recent Photoshop scandal was one that happened in February 2021, where Kendall was posing with Kylie and Kim for a Valentine's promotion. People were upset with Kendall for posing photos where her body proportions were completely unrealistic. Kendall has a beautiful body, and to see that not being enough on its own puts a bad taste in anyone's mouth, especially when she preaches about everyone being beautiful just the way they are and looking down on Kylie for her own insecurities. Kendall has always been given praise for looking like the most natural sister, when in reality she has had work done as well and takes part in these Photoshop acts just like her sisters. The Kardashians and Jenners are notorious for being over the top with the Photoshop, the plastic surgery, the filler, the editing, and then the worst thing about it all, lying about it. You can't be someone like the Kardashians or Jenners who are constantly in the spotlight and have a massive platform and are basically the founding fathers of the influencer world and then flat out lie to people. But that's what they do. They perpetuate this false reality of how women should look. And listen, I'm not one to blame celebrities for the insecurities of us locals, but you can't have this platform and promote an unrealistic body image to the rest of the world without any consequences. To have the privilege of a platform means to know how to use it well, and not in a way that is going to hurt other people, especially when you know how many people are following you and tuning in on everything you do. Well, there you have it, 5 annoying things about Kendall Jenner. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and let me know what other videos you want to see of celebs being annoying or just shady. What other videos do you want about the Kardashian/Jenner family? Let me know your comments down below. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.